Mentorship is people who you want to be like. That's what mentorship is. So what I did was I sought out people who I wanted to be like. I sat there and I looked around and said, okay, who can I emulate? Who can I imitate? And those were the things that I said, okay, I gotta want to be like that person. So Tim Quigley, like I said, if you did not know who Tim Quigley was, a magnet here in this community. As far as he's the one who actually started out Green Bay. What did he?
Bayfest.
Bayfest, yes, thank you. He started Bayfest. And so what I did was I saw him out and said, okay, how in the world do I do it? He showed me. It wasn't that hard. I followed him around, honestly. Like, like this little kid. He was like a father figure, mentor to me. Then I went to individuals who, such as these two right here, such as Mr. Shaw, such as Mr. Steinfest. And I said, okay, show me, teach me. Chris Denchwani, I don't know, in the early 2000s, he ran a club here in town that was called The Gallery. Highly successful dance club here in town. I sat down at his house every morning for probably, for a year. Every Saturday morning, sit over there and I asked him, okay, how did you do this? And it may sound tedious, but those are the things that you have to do in order to be successful. Because if you never ran a business, it's not that easy. But you got to be able to step up and you got to be able to take those steps in order to be successful. And that's what I did personally.
Well, she mentored me too, and she didn't pay me to say that. And I've been in business almost 15 years, so I was like an old mentor, I guess. I don't know, but I'm always open. I needed help. Or old mentee, I guess is what it was. But some of the things that helped me, you talk about giving money, and we do that too. I don't think I can be as generous as you can.
I know 50 on a dollar. I just had a heart attack.
One thing that I've always done is I've always tried to share resources and give of my time. I mean, from little things like listservs to now we have social media, and I found that just checking your ego and acting with humility and good intention at the door. I would definitely say that I'm a social entrepreneur because I want the places that I'm blessed to work in to not only enhance me, but to be better when I left, so that the folks that I work with have built their own skills or capacity or even confidence level. So I was told by somebody once that that's not a real great, is for a for-profit, that's not a real great strategy, but it works because the blessings come back to you. They really do. I've had a very supportive family. I've learned how to be queen of leveraging resources. I just said to Ryan from UWGB SBDC that small businesses aren't a normal spoke in the wheel, so the relationships you have with people have to be authentic, they have to be respectful, and they should be reciprocal. You don't want somebody sucking the marrow out of your bones if you happen to know a niche. And in the same way, you don't want to be sucking all of their time and energy either. You have to be balanced and appropriate. I guess I try to make relationships and say, hey, I'm a colleague. If he knows a lot more people than I do, especially being at a bigger institution. I have institutional envy of everyone who works for big institutions. I'll just let you know that. But I have the autonomy and I don't have the bureaucracy, so that is kind of nice on the pro side for owning a small business. I've had help from family. Everything that I have, I didn't take a business loan for. It was just blood, sweat, and hard work. I'm not afraid to do that. And I've always been transparent in my actions so that when just little things like every time we get a paycheck from a client, and I'm pretty good with my cash flow, I try to have my contract set up so I at least get a check a week or every other week from the clients that we have. And I take folks out to eat, or when I say it's time for payroll, I always write a specific note in there and say we wouldn't be getting this check or we wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for you. So always in some way, shape, or form giving back, and then just a lot of hard work, humility, and just being authentic. Being authentic in the actions you do. And you have to be able to say no, and you have to watch out because there are some sharks out there. Everyone's not a good mentor like Anna is. It's very cutthroat, and I won't be Debbie Downer, but I'm saying you also don't want someone scamming your ideas off you, using you and discarding you. So you have to have a very strong sense of what your values are. And those personal values should link up pretty good with your professional values.
Anna, quickly.
As a mentor, I have been blessed to have a lot of people mentoring me, and they're talking about me being a mentor. Again, I did not pay them, but you know what? I learned a lot from them too. They have been my mentors. I mean, Quaison, Clinton, and Nikki. She was the second session in our Green Bay Packers Mentor Protege program. We learn a lot, and when you have a day when you're so frustrated as a business owner, and there's a lot of days like that, I can call on one of them, and they will just, okay, now, first thing you do is just you breathe. Because as a business owners, we run so fast that we forget to breathe sometimes. And you listen to this motivational story like Clinton or Quaison, hey, what do you do in this case? And you cannot, breathe. Okay, now, you know what? I'm so frustrated. This is what is happening right now. I'm ready just to quit. And they will give you the support you need to even tell you, okay, now what is the worst thing can happen? Okay, you break it down, it's not so bad, so you just continue fighting. But if you have the support system, it is great. So, again, I have a lot of mentors. I have mentor, I'm so bad with should not say bad, but I have mentor for one thing, mentor for another thing, mentor for depends on what type of
What the
skill
project is.
I'm after and I'm willing to acquire. But I'm a little bit too much.
The only other quick,
Institutional envious too?
Yeah, I wanted to add one other quick thing. Don't be afraid to look at your own data, because you can be passionate all you want, but you need to use the left side of your brain, which is called business operations and a budget. And I look at, I look at my data, and me putting in intention and on-purpose relationships, we don't write many competitive bids. Consistently for almost 15 years, over 80–85% of our work has been by word of mouth or continuing. So that does pay off. Even handwritten thank you notes are nicer than an email one, So I do look at my own data, and it has proven to be, because I want to know. I hate writing competitive bids. I'd rather have someone say, you did a good job, what are we working on next? That's my long-term plan.